Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab Bag, your weekly podcast reviewing games from the Game Pass collection, bringing you 3 unique perspectives from varying skill range. I am the hairy plotter of this episode, Andrew. With me are Ron Weasel, Keith.
Hello.
And with us are Hermione Ginger, Liz.
Hey guys.
And this week, we played Homestead Arcana by Serenity Forge. Homestead Arcana is a third-person farming simulator where you are trying to fight back this evil miasma that has been taking over the world, and you are trying to do it with a little bit of magic and a little bit of farming. But going around, I will start this out. This was a pass for me. I don't understand how a game had such a good idea for a concept. I was like, cool, is this going to be like Stardew Valley, but with a little bit of magic? Like, that's going to be awesome. But I felt like every choice this game made for a gameplay perspective was the wrong choice. I found this game so incredibly tedious and boring. It definitely has some of its moments that I think some people still may enjoy this game, but there's just way better options out there, especially on Game Pass. I mean, heck, there's Stardew Valley. So overall, I'm giving this a pass.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to have to go ahead and give this a pass as well. And sort of just copying what Andrew already said in some ways, it's so disappointing. And this could, I guess, be a front runner for disappointment of the year because it had the potential to be there. And I don't always love this style of game to begin with, but I generally have some fun with it. And I didn't disenjoy my time, but I didn't have any fun really playing this. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a pass as well.
I'm kind of in the middle. I'm leaning towards pass because I don't think I'm going to pick it up again. And you guys know I love this kind of game. There's so many elements that I thought I would love, but it was just executed really poorly. And
That's kind of why I picked it, because I'm like, oh, Liz is going to enjoy this.
Yeah, and I did, but I really couldn't get invested in the game. And we'll get into it, but there was a lot of things, like so many elements that I love, and the way that they did it made it not fun. And so for me, I just like,
so it's a pass.
Yeah, no, I said that earlier.
Oh, you said you were leaning. You said you weren't sure.
Oh, well, it's a pass. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this game, and that's another thing where it was like I was teetering on the edge of Game Pass, but then it's like, I'm not going to play it again. I wouldn't recommend it. There's so many other games in this genre that just did it better.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, this game like has a lot of potential if they like fixed it up a bit.
No, I don't even think they could fix this up.
They'd have to
I'm just trying to be positive.
Really rework the game, to be honest. But I mean, it could be fixed, but it would be fixed, I think, by almost scrapping everything that they've done except for the skeleton of what the game is and go from there. But
I just want to like it.
I was gonna say it
sounds the same way.
It sounds to me, Liz, this is like me in a game like Anvil. I think the only difference is I'm pretty sure I still gave that a game because I can't help myself.
Oh, you did.
But it's like you want to give it a game because you love the style so much, and so you appreciate it for that, but it just doesn't do it well enough. And I could be wrong, but that's kind of how it sounds like to me.
Is this the first time all 3 of us have given a game a pass?
Definitely not.
I mean,
but it is infrequent.
No, you mean this year?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about all time? Because we definitely
I feel like
have
of all time, because I could not think of another one.
I say we'll have to check with the
have.
record keeper on that. So Liz, if you could find out.
I mean, I can check for this year because we've done a lot of games.
I definitely think you're right for this year. We haven't, but I'm
definitely that.
I'm almost positive that there's been. I'd say it's less than 5. But
no, because this is Andrew's first pass of the year.
Yeah. And like the only thing that's what I try to think of is like, well, what have I given a pass on? Like, and I know Soccer Story was a recent one, but Keith gave that a game. But
here's a question for you, Andrew. And this isn't a gotcha question. It's just like I just happen to think of it. Like we both talked about a little bit of the disappointment we've had with Homestead Arcana, right? What if you knew nothing about this game and it just got shadow dropped like Hi-Fi Rush? I'm not expecting that you would have loved it, but I'm just curious, like, would that have changed how you felt about it because of the same, like, what I at least was talking about with Hi-Fi, like, you didn't have the expectation of it being good going in, and then you just got dropped this?
What, would I like it more?
Yeah, like, do you think you'd give it more
Oh,
grace?
absolutely not.
You don't think you'd even
No.
give it a little more grace on
No,
something?
because honestly, I did not know much about this game.
Fair.
Just its name alone, Homestead Arcana. I was like, oh, okay. So it's going to be like a farming homestead management game with magic in it. So like, that's honestly all I knew about it. And like, what is here in the package is barely a farming game, and it barely has any magic in it. And it's just like, how do you screw up those two things?
All right. I think that's
But,
fair. And it, like I said, not a gotcha question, just a genuine curiosity.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I have been doing some research, and
I was kidding.
which is rude because you guys were talking. I'm sorry, but like, was it Fogs or Dogs? PHO.
Oh,
or
yeah.
DH?
Oh, we gave that all a pass.
Is it Fogs?
Fogs.
Fogs,
yeah.
yes. Unless I wrote it down wrong, so there is another game.
Oh.
I knew there was one.
No, I think you're 100% right on that one. I don't remember it clearly, but I actually do. I do remember at least myself passing on that one.
So let's get into the story of this game. So as I said, you are playing a witch, which most of humanity lives on top of mountaintops because there's this evil creeping purple fog called the miasma. Well, in the game they call it miasma, but I always pronounce it miasma. So
Me too.
Well,
I'm gonna
why
keep
isn't
calling
it
it
your
miasma.
asthma?
it's our asthma. But so you are in charge of this. You're part of this program that basically goes down to, the lower levels of the earth, and you have a special tree that helps absorb the miasma from like getting to certain areas. So there you, of course, start your homestead, and your job of course is to build up the homestead, explore the miasma, and try to find a way to cure it and to remove it so humanity can come back down to earth.
Ooh, did you remember? Maybe I missed it. The very important, pivotal. Your aunt was there previously, because that is necessary in any farming simulator. Your aunt, uncle, grandfather.
Oh yeah, there's
owned the
always
farm.
another. Yeah.
Yep.
That is a
Oh,
key
well, no,
story
not this
element.
homestead. She was down the road.
Oh, okay, but still, you're picking up where she left off. It's very, very important that you
I
pick
did
up for a
not
family
think
member in
about
these
that.
games.
Oh my god, I did not think about that. Literally every farming game, it's always just like, hey, you got a relative that also did this job, and they're gone, so now you got to take over. God, I did not think about that. That's a good one, Keith.
But I feel like all these games, like that have the same story, are all uninteresting because you're not meeting these characters. Like I gave up on sending mail on this.
Well, hold on. You said all these games. This is the only game where you don't meet characters.
No, but for instance, like in Stardew,
you mean
they
relatives.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, like there are characters in this game that you meet, obviously, but when it comes to like the backstory, like in Stardew, you're writing to I think your parents, right?
Yeah, you write to your parents and like people from the school, people
But
from
yeah,
the church.
I feel like it's just like it's usually like a very just like small story. But then this one, you keep sending letters and stuff, and it's just like I don't care about reading any of this because they didn't give me like, an initial investment.
Yeah.
And so for me, I found myself, and I felt bad like skipping a lot of the letters and all that kind of stuff. So I was missing out on the story, but
Boy,
I-
Liz, you missed some amazing storytelling by not reading these letter texts that are like 2 paragraphs long. Just let me tell you. No, you missed absolutely nothing. I know less about this lore. I swear by the end. I've beaten this game, and I swear I know less.
But I'm trying to think of a game like this that I did care. Like, I mean, My Time at Porsche, didn't care about
My
the
Time at
backstory.
Porsche I liked.
About the backstory?
A little bit,
No,
yeah, because it was interesting of like humanity falling because of technology. And so now there's like this weird back and forth of, some people want technology, some people don't. I thought My Time in Porsche actually did a good job, like starting a previous lore.
Oh, I don't remember that. I thought you just came in on the boat. Am I
No.
not remembering it right?
No, I mean,
well,
you
I
did.
still don't remember like really caring that much.
Yeah.
And like that's why I'm just like I think it's funny that with these games I kind of expect it.
But yeah, like it's just like I fully agree with you. Just the beginning plot of this, I just had no interest. Like it was very generic, which I saw online. Like when I was first looking this game up in the Microsoft Store, I saw some people giving it a 1-star review because they're like, "Oh, it's about global warming." It's not. There's literally no reference to it at all. It's literally a poisonous fog that's like literally mutating the world. I don't know where people got global warming out of that, but it's absolutely not about that. Because you literally can make that argument about any game that has a poisonous fog. I mean, there's dozens.
I mean, I was expecting
But,
to come
you
to
know-
find out that it had something to do with, like, well, I mean, based on those comments at least, I was expecting to find out that, I don't know, the magic you were doing was what was bringing in this magic evil fog or something. And
I thought so too, but spoiler alert, no.
so what I was wondering, and where I was waiting for people, wondering why people didn't get mad, was I thought this was a whole big commentary on masks and COVID. I know we're a little late, but there was the argument about people wanting to wear masks, and then they were fighting people for wearing masks. I was like, oh, geez. I'm not
No.
taking a position on it. I'm just making a joke about them arguing about wearing masks. That's all I'm doing.
It was so weird. The reviews on the Microsoft Store are like full of just absolute hate, and I don't understand why. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, this isn't a good game, but like the things people were complaining about and getting mad about this game, I'm like, I don't see what everyone's getting like really bent out of shape about. But yeah, like the story is just, it's very generic of, poison fog, you gotta fix it and save the world. And it's just, and by the end of the story too, it was just like, good job. It's like, okay, that's it. And as Liz was saying too, there's very little NPCs in this game. You have your talking cat, which is the highlight of the game. Your talking cat, Huckleberry. You have a shopkeeper that comes every morning named Abraham. And then you have a mysterious lady named the Hermit. That's it. Those are the only NPCs you interact with. So all this, there's no dialogue, storytelling, character relationship building, none of that. Which is odd, because that is a number one staple in almost any sort of farming simulator type of game. The only other game I think that didn't have that was Graveyard Keeper. But Graveyard Keeper at least made it up by having interesting characters you still interacted with. But in this, it was so lifeless.
Yeah, I didn't, and honestly, I found it odd too, the first time I met the Hermit, that she's like, oh, I'll show up every 3 days or so, and I'll tell you some things. She was there every day. I don't know about you, literally every single day. She was
there every day.
And she never told me anything more interesting after the first time I talked to her. Now, maybe that changes as we played more.
Nope.
But no, I found out everything I needed from her the first day, and then she was always there. Not every 3 days, just always. It's kind of a weird thing.
But Andrew, you said there was kind of a plot. I don't want to give any spoilers.
Oh, there's very little to spoil here.
But with
Don't worry.
with the broom that you're gifted, but the person's also trying to stop you. I'm trying to be vague, but am I being too spoilery?
No, like I said, like...
But for me, like, the story also just didn't make sense. Like, there's so little of the story and, like, the human interactions, and then they mess it up still.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, the story. Like, I didn't finish it. Andrew was telling me what happened. But that just, like, made me just not want to play it even more.
Like, the other thing, you're mostly finding journals, like scraps of journals, out when you're exploring the miasma, because, you're finding, like, failed camps, failed science experience places. So you're kind of picking up these journals, and the journals are complete nonsense. Like, you're constantly reading of, like, journal from Bippity Boo. Oh, my coworker did this thing. And it was just like, okay, why did I pick that up? Like, why is this in the game? Like, it absolutely does nothing.
For content.
And eventually, too, you find out... Yeah. Eventually, too, you find out there was a, like, previous people. You find a lost city. So it's like, oh, you got a new topic to talk to Huckleberry with. Or send letters to people back at home. So you send the letters like, hey, what about these people that came before us? Literally everyone goes, I don't know about them. And it's like, well, what's the point? Like, why are you putting this in the game? To be like, hey, there's people before you. Yeah. And it was like, what is this? Like, how are you guys trying to create lore, but don't tell you anything? It's like, this is so irrelevant. Oh my gosh. The story was just, it got so irritating. But like I said, at least the saving grace when it comes to the story is the talking cat, Huckleberry. I will say, the voice actor for Huckleberry did a fantastic job. He's actually really good. He's actually, like, has some good humor to him. Like, he's just an adorable talking cat. But I already thought right away, I figured out what the plot twist is going to be. I was like, oh, this cat's going to be evil. Did you pick up on it, Keith? The evil thing he kind of does to you in the tutorial?
In the tutorial? Let me think about it for a second.
So I'm guessing not, because I instantly picked this up.
I don't think so, no.
So in the tutorial, he goes, "Oh, I got you a package, but the miasma has like spread, and now."
Yeah.
What?
We'll go
what
on.
did you think?
But I remember now.
But he was like, "Oh, the package, it's now covered by the miasma." He's like, "Just try to go real quick, run in there and grab it, but don't go too long because the miasma is poisonous." And so you quickly run in there, you lose some health, and he's like, "Oh, are you okay? You okay?" Literally, the next tutorial, the next tutorial mission, he goes, "Oh, by the way, I have a mask." And it's like the cat had a freaking mask the entire time and had you walk into poisonous gas and breathe in poisonous gas. For what reason? Well, so I thought the cat was evil. He was actually trying to kill you or
maybe
sabotage
he's
you.
dumb. But you just said you figured out the plot twist, so you think the cat's evil?
I don't know. I still question it.
Well, so I see where you're coming from, actually. I guess my question was, if I recall, didn't you like open it up and it's just like balloons or something?
No, it was blasting powder.
Oh, that's right. It was the blasting powder. But yeah, I did think it was weird how his dialogue where he's like, yeah, it wasn't in the miasma when I put it there like a week ago. It must have moved. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Maybe there's like something, and I didn't get through all the games, so this is where I don't know. But maybe like he had to make sure that like you were the one to bear the mask. Like, you know how games do that sometimes where they're like,
it's a mask.
Oh, trust me, I am pulling at straws. I am aware of this. But I just know how some games they'll do that. They're like, oh, we just had to make sure that you were the one. Now we can give you this power. And they like let you die, basically. I don't know.
I guess that's a
it's a real
very
straw.
thin straw.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But Liz, what did you think of this gameplay?
Oh dear. I think, do you know what? You immediately called me out on something. And
I did?
So yeah, with Minecraft, I had said that like, oh, I kind of wish that I could farm the resources, and then I play this game and I'm just like, this needs to be automated. This is ridiculous. The farming, like picking every individual thing and like turning the camera, and it ends up being a lot. And I also, I mean, things didn't improve. So like you can build a grill, but there's no queue. And you said that when you upgrade it to the highest that you can go, you still can't.
Yeah.
And just
still no
for
queue.
me, yeah, I don't understand it. And it was an odd pace as well with, I'd get requests for things and I'm like, I don't have that ingredient. I don't have any of like the recipes for anything these people are asking. It was a very odd pace, I think.
Yeah.
That drove me nuts.
100%.
That was the one thing that I could not stand the most, is that I had 30 different quests, missions, side quests, whatever the heck you want to call them. And yeah, I'm like, well, where do I even get half this stuff? Like, I didn't look too hard because I just figured I'll stumble across it as I progress. But it just seemed like such an odd choice to just dump everything at you and then drip feed how you could get to it all. Like, it just seemed very bizarre because I stopped getting requests after like, I don't know, 15 days. And all that. This is actually, I just happened to think of this because I was picturing where like the request area is. Did you think when the game started that Abraham was the cat? Like, I wasn't fully paying attention. I just heard the voice and I saw Abraham on the screen, and so I thought it was him talking to me, and it took me like a good minute to realize that it was the cat, and then it gave me a good chuckle because I liked that they gave a cat a really good deep voice. That was
no, I did not do that.
That was just a quick side thought for me. I did.
I think.
Carry on.
I think too. I mean, I hate things that are timed in games, and obviously going into the miasma, it's always timed, and so for me, I was like frustrated that I couldn't make it better. Like you know what I mean? I wanted to work towards things. The shopkeeper really didn't have much.
Oh, shopkeeper's pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, like there are things that like the things that you wanted were very expensive, but I couldn't let me upgrade it or something. But the reason why like I got really annoyed with it is that it was a third duster. Is that what it's called?
Dust eater.
Yeah, the third dust eater.
Sure.
And I was right at the third lever. Like I was sitting right in front of it. I was like mashing the button and I died. And I was just so irritated with myself. That's when I was just like, I hate that I can't upgrade this myself. And it was my fault because I accidentally brought food that was only for hunger and not for healing as well. But it was like I was right there. It was such a bummer.
Well, so I was gonna say, as far as the timed nature of it, I didn't notice this at first. It is and it isn't timed. The timer actually only goes when you're moving. I don't know, and I know that doesn't change things a ton, but it does in the aspect of, like, if you're waiting for your mana to replenish for your spells, you can stop and it doesn't move. Your spell timer still goes down, but your breath timer does not.
I just bring a bunch of tea though, so it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah.
I never just stood there.
Same. I'm just saying in terms of like your need for time in there, it doesn't make a huge impact. It's not like you're like losing a ton of time, but I didn't realize it until, I don't know. Actually, I think I realized it pretty early on because I was trying to do one of the achievements. But otherwise,
well, there are no arrows like guiding you, so it's like when you're going there. Like I didn't know where I was going. When I lost the first time, I ended up doing a walkthrough to try to make it quicker, and I avoided like looting. But then when everything clears up, I didn't recognize the landscape. It was so bizarre that I was just it was weird. I couldn't find anything. I saw like the building, and I was like, I know there's stuff in there, but it just like threw me for a loop.
Well, there was a tool you could make that would light the way back home.
There was that, and there was also like little stone cairns along the way that would point you. Particularly, I noticed them when you're in the miasma. It would have an arrow pointing you out of the fog.
Oh, I saw them, but I didn't realize what they were. I mean like actually getting to where I needed to be. So like with the third Dust Eater, where I was like trying to navigate where it was.
I mean
that
I would only say. I mean,
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, I didn't find there was a whole lot of paths, so it was just kind of like, I don't know, run straight. But I do get what you're saying on that aspect. That was like, it's one of those weird things that maybe Huckleberry mentions it in one of your dialogues that I skipped through, but otherwise I don't think it tells you anywhere. But yeah, there's a couple different things, I think, actually, because there's ones that have like a little witch hat on them. There's ones that have like an arrow pointing in a direction. So I think they all tell you something different, but I at least noticed the arrows.
See, it's my fault. I didn't read into it or anything. But I did see them. But there was one particular area that I kept accidentally going in a circle. And it just like, that's just, that would happen to me. But another thing that really frustrated me, I hope it's not too early to get into bugs, but I left the miasma and I had an important item and the miasma wouldn't leave anything that I had gotten. It was after everything had cleared out with the third Dust Eater. Everything had cleared and the miasma was still in there. So I'm like, Andrew, how do I get the miasma off of my stuff? And I can't use it now.
So to explain a little bit, when you go in the miasma, it's essentially like doing a dungeon run. You have to put a mask on, which have a limited amount of time, because if you run out of time, you start to suffocate and die. And this is where you get your majority of your loot, where you find the plants to plant in your homestead. This is where you find, articles, maybe some upgrades for your health, for your mask, to increase the number of spells you can use. So you want to go in the miasma and gather stuff. And when you pick it up, it has a purple like hue on it to represent that it's in the miasma. As soon as you leave the miasma with those items, it clears up. So the trade-off is, if you die with anything purple in your inventory, you drop it and it returns back to where you found it. So if you die, you don't lose anything you brought in. You only lose the things that you collected.
But yeah, you can't use the items if it has the stuff on it.
Yeah.
So for me, I needed it for the spell switching thing.
Yeah, to upgrade your spell slots.
Yeah, and so I just ended up making a ton of spells when I left because I couldn't go back and forth. So, but that was really frustrating because I also had another seedling and all kinds of stuff, and I was really bummed. I looted everything that I had missed the first time that I had died, and then I was like, well, it sucks to be me.
Yeah, but the good thing about that is unless it was. Like there was you'd find those random chests along the way that would have, I don't know, just like.
Oh, they would have worthless stuff in it.
Exactly. Like largely.
I never found anything useful in the chest.
I used to get linen, which I I didn't have the recipe to make, because I'm assuming it was probably just like cotton to make linen.
Yep.
But I didn't have that, so it was nice to pick that up. But that was really the only thing I can think of value. But as far as like the important stuff, like if it was a seedling for a plant, those were not random, at least. So if you dropped those, you didn't lose them. You just had to go back for them, and it was annoying. That was probably my biggest complaint about Homestead Arcana is, by golly, is it tedious. It
is so tedious.
And it's the same game loop. And the thing is, that can be said for so many games. You kind of set a game loop, and it's like, okay, you do this. But it was run into the miasma, get the seedling you need to make the fertilizer, run back in, plant the fertilizer, come back, get to the and you just did that on repeat, and it wasn't interesting. The farming was boring. That was one of the things that killed me.
See, I mean, you could say that about other games, but this game like took it to the next level of tedium. Because like when you think about like Stardew Valley, like you go to the mines to get the ore, but it was a procedurally generated dungeon. You're fighting monsters, like you're doing things. In Homestead Arcana, like this is why I was excited. I'm like, cool, there's gonna be magic. I thought like you could get like some spells and maybe fight some monsters out in the wilderness. No, the spells in this game,
they're so
it's not
boring.
even spells. It's alchemy is what it is. But essentially how it works is you create a potion, and when you're ready to use it, you drink it. And depending what spell it is, it only lasts for a handful of minutes. But yeah, the first one you get is like, it's called Ripple. It highlights things that are of important, collectibles. Then the next one you get is one that makes you invisible, which only lasts 2 minutes. So you have to bring multiple bottles, because if the timer runs out of that spell, you have to drink another bottle, or you're going to be in the middle of the miasma and not be able to cloak, and enemies are just going to pummel you. But you don't fight back at all. All the enemies are essentially kind of like a puzzle. Like, oh yeah, you see their area of like aggro. Like if you enter their like site, they will attack you and hit you and kind of run away. So you have to like essentially kind of navigate a maze is all the miasma is. So I don't know about you guys. Did you find the miasma hard at all?
Not really. Like I said, it was just tedious, and it was just a lot of rinse and repeat. And like you said, it's puzzle's a very, very generous term, I think, to use for the enemies in the game, because it's really.
I would call them a maze.
Yeah, I think the maze is a good term for the overall miasma, but I think that the enemies were just uninteresting, and all it was here's this new enemy type, here's the spell, you have to use it. Whereas a lot of games will go, hey, here's this new skill. It's particularly strong against this enemy. Here's how you want to use it to counter them. But have at them however you want. There is none of that with Homestead Arcana. Like, I couldn't go, okay, I'm just going to sneak past the deer and I'm not going to use the spell. You had to use the slowdown spell, because otherwise they were going to one-shot you, and that was that. Like, it was really boring.
Yeah, the miasma was not fun for me. Like I said earlier, I don't like anything timed, and I didn't want to go in. I would rather be farming and like crafting stuff. And so and you're doing the same thing every time you go in, which is the dust. I keep saying dusters.
Dust eater.
The dust eaters, and so you're doing the same thing, and I don't know, rinse and repeat. I just thought it was very boring, and that's why I wish that the farming was better, and I could do more of that stuff.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I feel like I feel
like I sound too negative.
Oh, no, because I'm the exact same way. Because like this is what blows my mind. I feel like this game had so many options and choices for a fun, interesting game, and they picked the wrong choice for literally every aspect. Like I said, I thought this game would be fun using magic spells to fight monsters. No, it's not. It's a very rinse and repeat, repetitive dungeon every time you go in the miasma. But let's talk more about the farming. So it's like, how could you screw up the farming? Trust me, they found a way. So usually when you play a farming management game, you got to chop down the wood, mine some stone, get some minerals. In this game, it's all picking. You go to the wilderness. There is the same tree in the same spot every single time. You don't chop down that tree. No. You pick the branches off. usually 3 branches a day. So some of these requests that you're getting from the villagers are asking for 40 pieces of wood, and a tree only gives you 3 a day. So keep going back, keep picking that tree every freaking day.
But they give you multiple of the wood ones. So there was one that was so they needed 20, and another one that they needed 30. So I'm like, so I need 50 total.
Yeah.
And I mean, I went to sleep a lot, like when it was time, which you told me I didn't have to. I always have this fear that if I don't go to sleep, I'm just going to collapse and lose my inventory in a game. But yeah, so for me, I kind of just stopped doing it. After I hit the 31, I just stopped.
Yeah.
I think you're.
But I mean, you still need it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're farming for that stuff, I think you're doing it the right way, Liz. Is going to sleep, because then otherwise nighttime is really. I mean, it's I guess for miasma at most, because that was my other kind of frustration with the gameplay, where you would get to a point where you're like, okay, well, I need to make a bunch of potions. But those potions take like a minute, 2 minutes a piece. You can queue one at a time. As Liz already said, you can't multi-queue, so you have to wait, go back and finish those ones, then start a new one, unless you have multiple cauldrons, which I did this game. I think you were saying you didn't do this, Andrew.
Keith's learning.
I was doing multiple cauldrons. I was doing multiple grills. But anyway, you have 5 minutes to wait for that, and then you go collect your plants because you collect them once a day. And boy almighty, is it boring picking them. But that takes a minute.
Yeah.
Because I hate that it has this very poor system of, here's a circular plot of land. Each plant takes up a set circle that you can't evenly place them throughout there, but they can't even overlap each other, even a tiny little millimeter of a hair.
Yeah.
But they don't fit quite right. It drove me nuts. It's a farming game.
Oh, yes,
it is
me
supposed
too.
It is supposed to be rigid and squares and easy. And I couldn't.
And clean and neat.
I don't
know.
I don't want to say OCD, because it is actually not OCD, but it is one thing that I have a obsessive tick about, and it's making things like clean and neat in video games like that. And if I can't perfectly square out and put all my cotton in this row and then all my corn in this row, it drove me bonkers.
I'm so glad you said this. It drove me insane. I had so much empty space, but like you said, everything has to have a certain, I don't know, a safe space around it. I don't know why. But yeah, so there's so much loose gap of empty space, and it was driving me wild. Why is everything circles? And why is everything so awkwardly placed with each other? Oh my gosh. But yeah, the picking isn't like any other game. You don't just go up to a plant and press A and, all the stuff falls off it and you pick it up. No. What it does, it locks the camera onto it, into a third-person view onto the plant. And you have to navigate up the branches and go to the produce and then select A and personally pick that produce. So it was an interesting concept, but there was zero really any point to it. And it was just to add tedium to the game of just I gotta go, get this pumpkin. I gotta travel down this vine. Here's the one pumpkin, grab it. The other pumpkin's down the other vine. Let me travel down there. It just added time, and I don't know why they chose that route.
Wait, is it a short game?
Nah, I beat the game in 12 hours.
It's fairly short, and I think you probably could have beat it in faster. And I'm guessing you probably did just power through it a little bit, but I bet you could have powered through even faster. But one neat thing I will actually give them credit for on the farming is the trim aspect of it. I'm not a gardener, or I don't grow plants, but I do know that you can trim parts of plants and it affects how they grow. I thought it was kind of neat that they added that aspect, and you could, and I did it on one of my pumpkin plants, and then it started growing 2 new pumpkins every day, so I got 4 a day. So that was kind of cool, but nothing redeeming. It was just one good quality they put in.
Yeah.
But I just wonder too, if the people that made this game, I just picture them sitting down, playing the game, and being like, "This farming's good." You know what I mean? Who there did not step up and say, I think we could work on this a little bit?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm wondering if they like it. Is it us? Or because someone must have liked it that developed it. That's what I'm just thinking.
I don't know. This is the thing that irritates me with I was cool, you're going to incorporate magic into farming. Am I going to be able to possess an axe to maybe eventually chop down trees for me and automate that? Or am I going to be able to summon a shovel that'll dig up plots of land for me? No, there is literally zero magic use Oh, actually, I can't say 0 because that's how you water your plants. Watering plants is irrelevant. But if you want to speed things up slightly, you can channel a rain cloud and it'll rain on your plants. Or you could channel the energy from the earth to make the plant grow faster. But if you do it too much, your plant will become blighted. And then it like won't grow for X amount of days, which that was one of my glitches. I had a plant become blighted and it glitched. And even though it's not showing it being blighted anymore, I can't do anything to cure it. I can't remove the plant. So I literally have a dead, useless plant that's just sitting in my plot and I can't do anything with.
Oh, that's annoying.
So, yeah, that's the only magic you're actually using farming-wise. Like, it just blew my mind. It's like, how did you not incorporate something fun and magical? Like, for a game called Homestead Arcana, this game lacks magic.
Well, that is kind of where I thought it was going to be, going back actually to the whole, like, global warming. I don't know where, but that's where I thought it was going to be, like something about the magic you used was killing the land because, you were blighting your plants with it. But I don't know, just seems like it didn't do too much anyway still.
No.
Isn't there a lot of wardrobe stuff in this game? I
yeah.
got recipes and stuff, and I just thought it was weird because why have that in the game? I would rather them have focused on other inventory that I could have had. Like, I didn't care what my character was dressed up as.
Oh my gosh, yes. So this goes hand in hand of what you guys were complaining about. So as we were saying, like, you're getting these tasks from, faceless villagers saying, I need wood, I need orange bars. The stuff they request is legitimately endgame stuff. You're getting requests for ingredients that you literally only find at the end. I don't know why the developers were like, yeah, we're just going to throw these requests at you and irritate you because you can't fulfill them and you won't be able to fulfill them for hours. But usually when you fulfill those requests, all the people do is, hey, you can build some new boots. Okay. Do the boots do anything? No, it's purely cosmetic. And it still takes a lot of ingredients to make these outfits. Doesn't do anything. You just look stylish. And it's just like, what cruddy reward is that? Like, why wouldn't I just sell the product instead of getting new boots I can wear? It was such a poor choice. And we forgot to mention how awful this character creator is. I know you love a good character creator, Keith. Yeah. As soon as I booted this up, I was like, this is almost... It was like almost offensive of just like, I'd rather just have templates. The only thing you can kind of do fun for the character creator is make your character kind of have wacky skin color and hair color. But it was just like, it was so boring. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, how did this game pick every boring route as to how to do things?
I got a lot of praise for the actual hairstyles, though, online.
Oh, that's true. The hairstyles actually were decent, but that's it. And you're wearing a hat most of the time, so you don't see the
You
hairstyles.
made fun of me because I gave my character a bandana.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why...
And then the other boring thing, I know we mentioned a little bit on, the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper sells decorations. That's it. Like, I thought for sure, this guy's going to sell more plant seedlings. So if I want a bunch of corn, I could buy a bunch of corn seedlings from him. No. All he sells is decorations, which is really lame.
Occasionally he would sell you an ear of corn or a bottle of milk. Occasionally.
Yeah, he would sell linen or like milk every once in a while. And he sells upgrades, like new technology to, upgrade your homestead, new plans to build a better grill, better cauldron. But it was the boringest shop I've ever seen. And it's just another thing where it's just, why did they pick it this way? So you can add decorations to your homestead, but I don't know if I'd recommend it because I noticed when I was getting near the end of this game, it was having some performance issues. Like, it was really starting to like drop my frames. And I'm assuming it's because my homestead was quite large and all I had was the necessities, the items. I had like 2 decoration items that I got for free. And it was just, it's like if the game's struggling with this, I can't imagine actually putting real decorations on here.
Yeah, I didn't
get that far.
Did you, Liz?
No, I didn't care to. I didn't do any decorations or anything. I kind of just played what I had to. And you know me, I love decorating. When we played Minecraft, and I didn't even really love Minecraft all that much, but I had so much fun with the decorations. In this game, I just gave up.
Yeah. One thing on gameplay, though, I will actually praise this game for. You get a flying broom. And the flying broom is actually nice to have. You literally press Y, you mount the broom. Press Y, you get off the broom. It's quick, fast, easy to get on and off. It makes traversal 1,000 times easier. But that's about it. It's just meant to make traversal faster. And it also opens up fast traveling. But
it's so weird hearing you talk about this game because you really don't get irritated with a game like this very often. Like, usually you're like, well, guys, let's like look at the positive. And you're just like, no positive. But this is so rare for you that's why.
Because it's just bamboozling me. I'm like, how does the studio make this game? And be like, oh, no, we should do this route instead. No, let's pick the boring route. Let's make it so you have to keep going back in the wilderness to pick up sticks off a tree. Let's not chop down trees. You got to pick the sticks off. Oh, you got to go out there and pluck the fruits off that tree. You can't take that tree back to your homestead. No. It's got to stay in the wilderness. It's just like, this is
I love
so
that
tedious.
you finished the game, though.
I know.
That you're, out of the three of
believe
us,
I did.
you're the one that did that.
I cannot believe I did.
Was it just for the achievements?
It was.
I was going to say, I mean, it has to be for the achievements and the fact that I guess that you were able to do it in 12 hours. That was a bad squeak. I know.
I like you talked with that longest squeak.
I know. I realized it as I did.
I mean, he probably thought it was supposed to be like a little tiny squeak, but just kept going.
It's like a fart. Or was that
Andrew, how does
it
it feel? Andrew, how does it feel not having a squeaky chair this week?
Oh my gosh. I apologize for last week's episode. My chair, I did not realize how squeaky and awful my chair is. Like, I knew it was bad. But now I bought this like super nice plush executive chair. And oh yeah, Keith, I know you wanted to play Overwatch last night, but I literally fell asleep in this chair. I literally, while I was waiting for you guys to finish your mana
You
game, I
guys
just
always
passed out.
fall asleep when you guys game. Well, mostly Keith, I feel like.
Oh,
I've
been
been
falling asleep a lot lately.
Yeah, and I've been dealing with medical issues, so like
I'd be careful. I built that chair. I just feel like just one day
I
you're going to be
supervised you,
sleeping.
and you did a good job.
You're just gonna hear.
I don't know, that last one didn't click.
Yes. My back.
New medical issues now.
Yeah, it's actually, I know how Liz is going to try to kill me. No, if Liz ever wanted to kill me, she'd poison me because I literally eat just about anything she puts in front of me. She literally could be, I could see her insert
No,
rat
because
poison.
I would
and I'd be like, okay.
accidentally eat it. You'd be like, oh, try this. I know you don't really like this.
That's
but
not true because you don't like a lot of meat stuff.
I know, but I've been trying more lately. Like, I tried the pork that I made you, even though I don't eat pork. And I was like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't trust myself to not accidentally eat it.
Yeah. But this also reminds me of another thing. You know, being a homestead, I'm sure, I don't know if you guys ever seen Homestead Rescue. I think that's what it's called on Discovery.
Nope.
No?
Well, usually the number one thing that's on every homestead is animals. And there are 0 animals in this game.
Yeah, you got
How do you
Huckleberry,
not?
That's it.
Yeah, like there's no sort of animal husbandry that you're doing in this game.
Oh, yeah, you said there was milk in the game.
Yeah.
Why don't you get a cow?
I don't know.
Or a goat?
You can only buy milk rarely from the store.
That's so annoying because that's another one. And I don't know if you ever have to do more, but you have, like, one of your missions is to make cheese, and you
5 cheese.
yeah, and you can only buy 1 milk sometimes. Boy, that's annoying.
It's yeah.
You know, I was gonna say too, and the way they do the upgrades, just as another, like, I don't even care that I have to buy them, but it's just one of those things that it's like it only offers it to you when it's allowed to, and then you have to pay a bunch for it, so then you can't even do it when you're able to usually. It's just, I don't know. I don't like games like that. It's just, it's a bad gameplay loop of, like, I don't need to be overpowered, but I like to be able to feel like, I don't know, like, kind of like Liz was saying with the time. Although I kind of felt like I got to a point where I had more than enough time than I needed, but all that said is, like, I don't know, maybe at some point I have an extra 2 minutes, but there's always, like, just enough.
See, I'm good at navigation. I never had issues with timer running out on my mask and the miasma.
I had it happen
Just
once.
pat yourself on the back.
I had it happen once, but even the life drain was so slow that I had enough food that I'm like, I could have spent another 5 minutes in here probably and been fine. Like,
So you guys didn't die?
No, not a,
I died to
I died.
enemies.
Oh, okay.
I died, like, actually by accident, I think 2 times. And it was more kind of glitchy than it was, like, me not paying attention. But there's 2 other aspects of this game that could have been decent ideas, but instead just added to the tedium. So the game added kind of survival aspects to this game. You actually have a hunger meter. So you actually got to pay attention, maybe you should cook some certain vegetables. It tells you, oh, this will give you health. This will give you mana. This will just fill your hunger. So you kind of have to like actually eat some of the products that you're making, which is like, okay, that's kind of a cool idea, but it just added to more work. It really didn't add too much. And then the other weird thing, your inventory is done like a survival horror game where it's grid. So some items are like big squares. And so you got to do this inventory management of shifting things around. So like you can put things in your pockets. It was like an idea that's like, oh, it's kind of cool.
But it has auto sort.
Yeah, it has auto sort, which thank God it did.
Oh, I love
If it did
that.
not have auto sort.
That was a big win
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. But it was weird to be like, I don't know, that your backpack has this weird inventory management aspect to it. And it was a weird choice.
The cabbage was so big.
Yeah, the boiled cabbage took up like 10 slots. It was weird. And then corn only takes up like 2. It's like, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
Make this make sense.
But if anyone is interested in playing this game, I'll at least give one of my pro tips here. The best product to make and sell, because, you obviously need to make money, which money takes up inventory in your backpack. So you also got to manage that. You can only have a stack of 100.
Which was so silly. I was trying to save up and it was taking up so
Yeah.
much room.
And it's weird. You brew your potions by throwing money into the pot and drinking money. It's kind of weird. But the best things to make, I found, because there's not a lot of actually information on the internet, the easiest thing to make is salsa. It literally takes 1 corn and 1 tomato. And they sell for, I think, 51 silver a piece.
Yep.
So they're super easy to make. You can make it almost like incredibly early in the game. And if you just keep making those over and over again, you can easily buy all the upgrades from the shop. And it just makes it so much easier.
And who doesn't like salsa?
Yeah. It's not that good of a product to like drink itself, but it's worth 51 silver a pop, which is great.
No, it's actually pretty good as a consumable too, because it gives you health, hunger and mana.
But only like 2 of each.
Yeah, but it's still it's a good, like you said, you can make so much of it so quickly. That actually is largely what I did. I would definitely keep some tea for mana, but you have like 5 health slots and it gives you 2, so it's plenty of health. It was like 3 hunger. So I don't know. I thought it was actually a pretty decent consumable too, but at least as far as I saw, it seemed like it was the best for it. I haven't fully confirmed it, but I am curious if it works or not. There's an achievement to get like 20,000 silver, or
I did it.
or to sell a certain amount of silver.
There's one there's one achievement to have sold $10,000 worth of product. Then there's another achievement to have 20,000 silver in your inventory.
Yeah, well, so I'm curious, is the one, and because I was trying to do it, but I stopped trying after a certain point. I was like, I'll come back to it. Is when you sell something to the shop, you can buy it back for the exact same cost, and then you can kind of keep doing that loop over and over again. So I was curious if that you could like kind of cheese the achievement that way by selling or buying product. At least the one that you need to sell a certain amount. If not, it's only 10,000. It's actually not.
That I don't know.
Like,
I will say there is an achievement early on in the game. Your mom sends you a pumpkin pie, and if you sell that pumpkin pie, you get an achievement. So Liz at least confirmed that you can sell the pumpkin pie, then buy it right back if you actually want the pumpkin pie.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's good to know. Not that I think it did anything all that special, but I was mad that I didn't.
No,
sell
it didn't.
I think I gave it to Huckleberry because I was like, oh, maybe he'll like this. He just went, cool, thanks for
I mean,
that.
it's right at the beginning of the game. I just started a new game and did that just so I could get that achievement.
True.
But let's get into graphics. The graphics suck.
Yeah, they're not great.
I'm sorry to be like so negative with this game, but like I said, there was just so many aspects that was so disappointing.
When they panned out during like the cutscenes and the grass and stuff, it was not.
It was rough. The only thing I like about the graphics, I really like the color palette in the miasma.
And I like the vibe of the game. I just think that the detailing isn't that great with some things.
It had a very like
You're
watercolor look to it.
yeah, kind of cell shaded.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better description. But yeah, I didn't think it was overly great, at least as far as like it just everything was very, I don't know. Like
I thought it was ugly.
The only thing I thought was kind of like a really neat detail was when you were riding on the broom, your character would like kick out.
Yeah,
as you like would.
I was
change
actually to
direction.
say that.
And I thought again, like minor little details that I thought that's really cool. I think that it's neat that they did that, but it was nothing that I was like, boy, this is great. Now I'm so glad that I'm experiencing this right now. I just thought that it was kind of neat.
But I think it's weird. So your homestead is kind of on a plateau that's overseeing like all the areas you got to clear up, and it is an ugly looking vista. Like you look out and it's just like, it's weird. I will say the art style is kind of nice because you are getting a lot of generic fruits and vegetables. You know, pumpkins, artichoke, hemp, soybeans, corn, so on and so forth. But they at least changed the things around. Like the pumpkins are kind of spiky looking. The rhubarb is like really leafy looking. So they actually had a different artistic choice when it came to the fruits and vegetables, which I thought was cool.
But only
I
for
wouldn't
some
eat
of
these
it.
fruits and vegetables.
And that's
yeah, some
like,
of it.
Like the tomato, it looked a little bit like the
It was very purple.
I was gonna say the like organic tomatoes where they're always like they're not perfectly circular or whatever, and they're not pretty, but they're actually better. But like it looked like a tomato. That pumpkin, I wouldn't have known that was a pumpkin. But I appreciate that. It grew on like a hanging vine, it didn't grow on the ground. But what bothered me about that is that it was really cool, good, great, and grand, but you have to get up close to the plant to even see that. It would have been nice if, like you said, you could step back from your garden and be like, wow, look, it's so cool. You know, you could see the vines of the pumpkin kind of mixing into the cotton or something. Like, nope, just a bunch of random little plants that were this tall and stood there with the plant, and that was it. And it was so boring.
And it's all
and ugly.
mishmashed together. It's all mishmashed together because it's hard to organize this garden because it's so awkward.
Yeah, it was, I agree, a cool artistic decision that, yet again, poorly executed. It is though somebody came up with a really great idea for a game and then went, I don't know, that's the game. And then didn't do any more.
I know, I felt like someone came up with the name of like, yeah, Homestead Arcana. You're managing a homestead with magic. And they're like, cool, how do we do this? I don't know. Let's just do these things. I kind of feel like that was like all they did.
Let's poorly copy
like
a couple of their games.
Yeah. Like the crab apples you get actually have like a little crab on it. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cute.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah. Or if you make hush puppies, they actually have like a little dog's face on it. So there's like some things that are kind of like, oh, that's cute, but not enough to save the game.
Can you go into the aunt's old house?
No.
Because that's something that I kind of wish that there were more buildings and stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of wilderness.
Yep. It's pretty
I will say, they added a mini game of broom racing. Did you guys do that at all?
I did
not.
because there was an achievement, but it wasn't even, at least the one that I did, wasn't even hard. I beat it on my first try.
No, it wasn't.
Like I like to be able to beat things on my first try because, you know, makes me feel good about myself. But at the same time, I didn't even feel as though there was ever... I think I beat it with 30 seconds and I almost missed 2 or 3 checkpoints.
Yeah.
It's just not hard.
I know. I got excited because I saw the achievement for it. I'm like, oh, cool. So maybe I do interact with other people and I participate in a broom racing. No, it's just you by yourself versus the time, and it's very forgiving. There's another achievement where it's like, oh, participate in the Autumn Festival. Oh, cool. Does that mean I'm going to be like in Stardew Valley and I have to like present my best crops? No. It's just some requests that the town are doing, and spoiler alert, you get third place regardless. And it's just like, okay, like what's the point of that? It's so just talking about this game. There's so many choices. I'm like, why? Just why?
Now,
I mean, you did compliment the voice acting, so there is something in this game that you liked.
For what little voice acting there is, like I said, it's all Huckleberry. Huckleberry.
Is there
adorable.
music? I don't remember.
Kind of. There's some jazzy music in the background, but Oh my gosh. You brought this up, Keith, about the thing that you hated with the voice acting, your character.
Oh, the fact that your character doesn't speak at all, and to the point where they
But
don't
they
even
moan.
fake it. Yeah, occasionally they make some weird noises, but yeah, they just nod along. Like, at least in some games, they put a mouth on your character and they fake speaking with the decisions that you choose in dialogue, but this doesn't do any of it. And,
No.
oh, it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, like, did you guys ever get the steel guitar that you can play?
I didn't get to the steel
No.
guitar, no.
Oh my gosh. So even with the steel guitar, you can kind of, it's a slight mini game, but not really. You're just pushing a thing back and forth and it's playing a song and your character's kind of singing, but it's like someone who doesn't know the lyrics of a song. So it's very much like,
Oh, that's awful.
kind of like that because your character doesn't talk. So it's like this weird
I hate when
moaning.
games do that.
Oh my, it was so dumb. I'm like, why? Why is this in the game?
They're not the only game that did that. What's the other game?
I don't know.
We played another one where they did that, and I don't like it.
Oh, it was so awkward. I don't get the choices.
I want to know who made those noises.
Oh my god. I don't know. I just think it's so funny because, like I said, the guy who did Huckleberry, fantastic job. I mean, the other voice actors of Abraham and the Hermit, they did a fine enough job. But it's like, God, I hate when your character's just this mute idiot. Like, I think you're going to have an instrument you can play, but your character doesn't really sing. It's so dumb. God, let's start wrapping this up because, God, I will say, for cloud game, it's pretty decent. It's not very hard. You know, like I said, there's no actual combat. It's just you navigating through mazes and puzzles. So if you're looking for a decent cloud game, just play Stardew Valley. But this one works well enough. It's fine. As far as achievements go, I guess I'd recommend for achievement hunters. I was at like 95% done with the game and I was at like 300 gamer score. Like once you get to the end, it just like you can get all the achievements like in a big old swoop. So that's why I was able to get my score so high. But that being said, you will not 1,000 this game. The achievements are bugged. The game in general is very buggy. Oh, that was the other thing. When you clear up miasma, a zone, the creature's supposed to be healed. I still have evil creatures in a zone that weren't healed, so I didn't get an achievement for like saving the deer. And there is an achievement to create every craftable item, which, God, that is torturous in this game. But that is unattainable because there is an outfit that's only awarded to you through, I think, pre-order bonus or something like that. So that achievement is completely unobtainable.
I thought they weren't allowed to do that.
Wow.
Apparently, that's the thing I saw online. People said that this is unobtainable. And yeah, so I think 2 achievements bug out on me.
That's messed up. Yeah, looking at our scores, Andrew 840 with 32 out of 36 achievements. Keith in second place, 110 with 9 achievements. And I'm in last, like last week. Score 60 and 6 achievements.
Yeah.
I feel
mean, like I
between
said, all the
60
achievements
and
come at the end.
110, there's not much.
All right, let's get to our final thoughts here. Do you want to go first, Keith?
Oh, boy.
I feel like I need to calm down a little
I
bit.
can't wait to hear your score, Andrew.
Boy, oh boy. Homestead Arcana. What to say? Disappointing. I can't state enough disappointing. And I wasn't hugely like looking forward to this game. Aside from like really big releases, I rarely look forward to a release. I'm just like, oh yeah, that one's coming out now. Cool. Yeah, that one sounds fun. So when we came to this one, I was excited because I thought, oh yeah, I kind of remember this. This is going to be fun. And I just never had fun. At any point. I think I said it earlier. I was never annoyed or it wasn't terrible. It was just boring and nothing was executed well. I can't think of anything that was like redeeming aside from the handful of like, oh, that was a neat detail here and there. So yeah, I think you could play it, but just, I don't know, go play another game like this that's on Game Pass, honestly. That's all I can honestly say. And
Keith, would you rather play this or Graveyard Keeper?
Graveyard Keeper, honestly.
Huh?
I think if that's it. Now, I'm still gonna always refer to Graveyard Keeper as the worst game we've ever played. I am still gonna use that as the reference point because it's funny. But yeah, I would play that over Homestead Arcana.
So rude.
Oh yeah, I have to give this thing a score. 65. Yeah, I think it's 65.
Yeah, I agree with a lot you're saying. Like, if my parents had to describe me as a video game, it'd probably be this. A massive disappointment. That and tedious, are just the two words that just really scream at me of this game. It just blows my mind. Like, how do you? It's such a great concept, and they picked everything so poorly. It just now, like I said, some people still may have some fun with it. I beat the game. I obviously had some form of entertainment with the game that kept me going, but it was easy to kind of, all right, this is a loop. I'm just going to power through it. But no, this is not a Stardew Valley. This is not something that you could play hundreds of hours, try something new. Let me start a new gameplay, different layout. None of that. It is a very it's a linear kind of farming simulator, which is weird. It was so boring, so tedious, and it just blew my mind. Like he said, there's very little redeeming about this game, which is unfortunate. I don't mean to be mean for the people out there who do enjoy this game. I'm sorry. Like I said, I understand, some people can enjoy this game, but for me, woof, I'm done with it. I'm giving it a 60.
Where was this kindness about people just being able to enjoy a game on Soccer Story? Maybe I just enjoyed Soccer Story, but I wasn't allowed to. Sorry,
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 70.
Wow.
I'm looking at my scores from last week with Minecraft Legends. I enjoyed it more than Minecraft Legends.
Really?
And I gave Minecraft Legends a 69. And so for me, I don't think
you enjoyed Homestead Arcana more than Minecraft?
Do you know what it is? It's this genre of game where I can get into it even when it's not that great. I did not want to play last week's game. This one, I actually was like, oh yeah, I'll boot it up, trying to advance a little bit. I don't think it's a better game, but when it comes to actually me wanting to play the game and the enjoyability of it, I'm gonna give it 1 point more.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
no, I get it, Liz, because it's what I was saying earlier with roguelikes. So I get where you're coming from. I respect it, even if Andrew's a jerk.
I don't know what it was about. You get so used to it.
Thanks.
But with Minecraft Legends, I don't know what it was about that game that I just did not want to play it. It was weird. I just didn't like it, and I thought I would. But looking at Metacritic, it's still TBD. There's 2 critic scores, 68 and 60. So far, not so great.
Yeah, so we're right on it. All right. Let's wrap it up. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you have any game suggestions, please email us at gamepassgrabber@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook and Twitter at GBGBpod. But yeah, I've been your hardcore gamer host, Andrew. You can find me on Xbox Live at Firebird01952. Like I said, there's still a handful of games that we really want to play that are coming out, so we're kind of holding off on some listener requests, but we did get some recent ones, so thank you guys for reaching out to us. Thank you all who leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. I'm surprised how many reviews we have. We greatly appreciate everyone who takes the time to interact with us. So thank you.
I've been Keith. I just continue enjoying the Spotify reviews because I don't know. I like when people leave them there. It's individual to each episode. So keep doing them there. I like it, and keep making more suggestions for songs that Liz should sing or animal noises that she should make on the podcast. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I have to do that, don't I?
Maybe some accents she should try. If anybody has any recommendations for that, please feel free to drop those.
Andrew's no, please.
She'll do British.
I gotta say, I listened to the Bubble song. That's a real catchy tune. I was enjoying it. So
Oh wow!
We'll do a side quest episode of Liz having to do all the things.
That's
going to
be our first Patreon episode. Is going to be Liz is going to do the elephant noise and she's going to sing the bubble song. I'll even join in the bubble song with you, Liz. You don't have to do that one alone.
Oh, thank you.
That
I
was
think
my
that's
outro,
why.
I think.
I think that's why I was not gifted with a nice voice, because I would just sing all the time. Can you imagine?
Heard my voice?
Yeah, but you don't really sing a lot. Like I sing more than I should. More than's polite to sing for someone with my voice. But I'm
That's the best
Wonderful
description
voice.
I've ever heard. I wasn't gifted with a good voice because I would do it too much.
but yeah, I'm Liz a Noob Gamertag. Comment I'm Dean, and I'm on Twitter at Liz Noob. Noob is EW. Same with Instagram.
All right, everyone. We love you all. We'll see you again next week.
Bye guys.